Hi, I'm Heather with First Pioneers Federal Credit Union, and welcome to the Money Tips No One Told You podcast. Here at First Pioneers, we love helping you understand your finances better and giving you the tools you need to be financially successful. Here, we're going to talk about financial terminology, how different accounts work. We're going to share tips that make your financial life easier, and so much more. Are you ready to dive in? Today, I actually want to talk about something that I see a lot in younger people, especially as they're trying to figure out what they want to do after they graduate high school. And I guess there are times it may pertain to older adults as well. But I find it pretty exciting because to me, talking about your future and the things that make you happy is very exciting. So let's start with talking about investing in yourself by building skills and investing in your education. I think we can all agree that education plays a crucial role in shaping our future, but investing in yourself goes beyond the traditional classroom setting. It's about continuously building skills and knowledge to stay competitive in a job market that, let's be honest, seems to constantly change. So let's start by understanding the importance of investing in yourself. It's actually one of the most valuable investments you can make. Today's world is dynamic and competitive, and we see skills quickly become outdated. And then you have the new technologies that are constantly emerging. But by investing in education and personal development, you can enhance your skill set and adapt to those new trends. This could position you for a better job and better career opportunities. I remember when I was growing up, people would ask me, what do you want to do when you grow up? And the truth is, for a long time, I really wasn't sure. I had an idea, but I wasn't completely sure what path I would follow. And I know so many people that they knew exactly what they wanted to do from the time they were a child. They knew their career path and what they wanted to do as they entered adulthood. But there are some of us that just aren't quite as clear on that, and that's okay. But if you're not, a great first step is to start to identify what your areas of interest are. Figure out where your passions lie. Ask yourself, what do you enjoy doing? What are you curious about? What areas are you interested in that you would like to explore or try? I would really consider things that you can really see yourself doing in your future and things that make you happy. For some people, like we said, this is harder to figure out than it is for others. So if you need a little help, I have a couple suggestions. One is look online at some career assessment tests. That can give you some nice insight into where your interests lie. I've taken a couple of those over my lifetime, and I was fascinated that they really did fall in line with exactly what I enjoy and what I do. I also find that writing it down can be helpful, and I have a suggestion of one way to try that. Spend 1 minute each with the following questions. First, what do you enjoy doing? And that can be anything. Write them all down. Spend a whole minute, write it down. Second, what do you think you're good at? Again, write them all down just as they come to you. Third, what do other people come to you for? What do they think you're good at? Again, writing them all down. Just quickly, as they come into your mind. Now, when you're finished and you start looking at what you've written down, you tend to see a pattern in those answers that may help you see a path that you could follow, something that aligns with the things that you like. That career path may become really clear, or it may be that you see a business that you could open for yourself. I actually did this exercise once many years ago, and it was amazing how clearly I was able to see right there on the paper the things that I enjoy. And it's been interesting to see how I've followed that career path really in many different ways. So give that a try. And once you have more clarity on what you want to pursue, explore the various educational options that are available. Consider traditional colleges. You could also consider, though, online courses or vocational training or even mentorship programs. The key here is to find a learning path that aligns with your goals and that provides practical skills for you to use. And as you see, those can be found a variety of ways. You can also consider speaking with someone who's already in the career that you would like to pursue. See if they'd be willing to meet with you, even if it's just for a few minutes to ask them a few questions. Maybe there are things that you don't really understand about how you practically do that job day in and day out, or maybe you have concerns about it. And who better to tell you that than someone who's already doing the job? So see if you can find someone that you can speak with. Let's start by addressing a common concern for many of us out there, and that's the financial aspect of investing in education. I think many of us know that it's a very expensive endeavor indeed. So managing those education costs is really crucial. I recommend you start by researching any available scholarships or grants or any other financial aid options that might be out there. You can start with the financial aid office at the school you've chosen. You can also do research into any scholarships available. Often an online search can get you started there. Also look for part-time jobs or internships or even co-op programs that could actually provide hands-on experience while you're earning money for your educational expenses. You can also explore online platforms that can offer more affordable courses or even free courses that can help you gain valuable skills. Basically, be resourceful. The more you can offset the cost, the more chance there is you can minimize having to rely on student loans and incurring that debt. There's so many options, and not limiting yourself to one kind of education can help you be more creative with those costs. Now let's talk about a few of these non-traditional ways you can invest in yourself. I find a lot of these will be more time investment in putting yourself out there. This goes beyond the formal education. There's several things you can do. Consider joining a professional organization or attend conferences and workshops that are part of your chosen industry. You can participate in webinars, listen to podcasts, or join in on online communities, again, that are dedicated to your area of interest. And like we said before, consider looking for a mentor or consulting other professionals in your desired field that can perhaps offer you some guidance and advice. Always remember, learning is not limited to the classroom. So now, how can you ensure that your investment in education and skills is going to translate into real world opportunities? Networking. Networking actually can play a vital role in translating that education into the career growth you're looking for. And a great way to do that is look into career fairs and then plan to attend. It's a great way to get in front of people, meet them face to face, and start that networking. Find out what it is that they're looking for people in those fields. Make sure you have those skills. You can also use LinkedIn. It's a great resource. They have groups that you can join with others in your industry, which is a great way to learn and see what other people are doing. I think most of us are on social media already, right? But if you're not familiar with LinkedIn, it's basically the professional social media channel that you need. So I recommend checking it out, set up a profile, and start connecting. Basically, the long and short of it is, You're looking for ways to connect with professionals in your industry. You can often start by just that one conversation with someone in the profession. Like we said before, that can get you started. Then continue your research and following up on the ideas that you're given. It's amazing how often just that one first contact can open up even more doors if you keep trying and keep pursuing those leads. Just keep going. Something a lot of people don't think about, and it actually might be great for all you tech savvy folks out there, consider developing a strong personal brand. You could showcase your skills and accomplishments through an online portfolio or blog. Basically, make your own website. And this can be done with surprisingly little investment. There are a lot of free sites you can use. Most of them have free templates that make it easy to set up. Now, I won't deny it does take a little bit of time for that setup, and it might be a little bit of a learning curve if you've never done it before, but the result is actually quite fulfilling. And of course, when in doubt, if you can't figure something out, Google it. I've learned how to do many things that I couldn't before by watching a YouTube video. You'd be surprised what you can figure out that way. Or maybe you have a friend that you can ask for help, or if it's worth it to you, it may even be worth a small investment to pay for help. And look, this part isn't necessary for everyone. Just consider if you might need it. Of course, if you need help, reach out and then weigh the cost and then decide what you want to do. Additionally, you can look for internships. I think we mentioned that before. Now, those may not be paid, so keep that in mind. Just kind of depends on where they are. They may be, though. It just may be kind of on the lower end of the pay scale, so just be aware of that part. But it is a great way to get hands-on experience and learn about your chosen field. You could also consider volunteering. It may be a helpful thing to try. And again, even a part-time job could allow you to apply your knowledge in a practical setting. The key here is to bridge the gap between the theory of what you've learned and actual practice of those skills. So I hope that we've been able to share some tips with you that will help you find your path and some ideas to help you pursue that path. Sometimes it's not easy, that's true, but it can be done. And I believe if you follow some of these ideas, it can lead you to a happier, more fulfilled life because you're doing what you really enjoy. And the truth is, you may start down a path and discover it's not what you thought, or, you know what, that's not for me. And that's okay. The future is rarely set in stone. You can adjust. You can try something new. I've done many different things in my career path, and some were not at all what I was trained for. This podcast, for one, nothing like this was on my radar all those years ago. We won't talk about how many, but all those years ago that I was in college. And I've seen many people with degrees that aren't working in that degree path at all. You never know what path life will take you down. Enjoy it. Of course, I have a couple bonus tips for you today. One of them goes back to developing that personal brand that we talked about a minute ago. You know, having that beautiful website up to send people to is great. But I would also consider taking a look at your social media channels. See what you're sharing. See what people will see. Many employers will go and actually take a look at those now as they decide who they're going to hire. So just keep in mind that the things you share on social media are not necessarily just seen by your friends. So as you're moving into looking for a job or, moving forward in a career path, just keep some of those things in mind. My next bonus tip is remember that investing in yourself is a lifelong journey. This isn't a sprint to some kind of finish line necessarily. It tends to be more of a marathon. Of course, you're going to reach goals that you've set along the way, like finishing a course or getting a new position or something of that nature. but you will learn and grow all your life, especially if you allow yourself to. So stay curious, be open to learning, and embrace opportunities for personal growth. You also want to continuously sort of evaluate your skills and consider what new goals you need to set, and then be clear about what those are. And this equals regularly updating your learning plan. This may be a little bit cyclical or as new technologies become available. Now, look, this is not to say that you're going to constantly be in a classroom or something of that nature, but you never know when something will spark your interest. I sometimes end up down a rabbit hole of sorts on YouTube watching different how-to videos. I've fixed my dryer, my car, I've installed appliances, and that's just home things. I've also learned things that have nothing to do with home repair or my job. They were just things that were fun. So learning isn't just about work, it's about life. All of this is what we mean when we say that you're always learning. It could be in a class, or it could just be a video that catches your eye, or an article that you read, or even something you learn from a coworker or a family member or a friend. That's the curiosity part and being always open to learning. And look, some things will be relevant at the time and others won't. I've often heard people say, take what you need, leave the rest. If you need it in the future, it'll come back around. Life has a way of doing that. Most importantly, believe in yourself and believe in your ability to succeed. As long as you're trying, you can succeed. With determination and a commitment to self-improvement, you can create a wonderfully bright future. So remember, investing in yourself is an investment that pays lifelong dividends. So start today. Explore your passions and never stop learning. Thank you so much for listening today. We hope you found this information helpful, and we'd love it if you'd give us a rating. And don't forget to favorite or subscribe to the show. There are several ways you can find us if you need further information or you need to speak with a financial counselor. You can visit us in person in Lafayette or New Iberia, Louisiana, or you can find us at firstpioneers.com. There you can find out how to become a member of our family and find out other financial information. Be sure and check out the show notes for important links and other information. And as always, we're here to help in any way that we can. We hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time.